Okay, everybody, I'm making this video to kind of share my thoughts and opinions on the Acura Legend taillight lens situation. For those of you that are not aware, there's not many options available for either the coupe or sedan. A common yet very criticized option are eBay lenses, as seen here, and the new ABC clear lenses, as seen here. All right, but we're gonna discuss this in depth a little bit. Here's a factory taillight. I've already separated the OEM lenses, as you can see here. They have that old hard glue that you have to bake in the oven to get these things separated. I want to talk about the criticism that the eBay lenses get is about improper fitment and people talking about basically the lenses fogging up and getting condensation if you try to put these on. And a lot of that has to do with this profile right here. If you compare a factory lens, see all that extra lip? See how it juts out here? Where all the glue is, it sticks out. And there's a little ledge here, all right? The eBay lenses simply only do this part, the front, and it comes to here. Basically, it's missing this entire back piece that gets embedded in either butyl or whatever type of glue adhesive that is factory versus what you decide to go with aftermarket. See, you can see my factory, it's still all nasty. That needs to be cleaned out. No matter what, whatever you put back on here, this needs to be cleaned up and properly sealed. An item that some people may use, right here, you can use like a Permatex window and glass sealant, possibility. Other people use other items. We're not even getting into that detail. But simply, the biggest criticism with these quote-unquote cheap eBay lenses, and I use the word cheap having more to do with quality. Inexpensive has more to do with price. But you can see if you were to try to put this on, you really would have to embed that with a bunch of butyl or silicone sealant or whatever you choose to go back with. You'd have to have a good seal. Now, anybody doing a proper job, you can make these work with no problem if you do quality work. There's nothing technically really wrong or bad about these lenses. Is it the best option? No, probably not. Because look, even here, you can see that gap. You're going to have to embed this in sealant and then probably clamp it down, make sure it dries and cures properly, and hopefully you don't have any issues. But if you do a good job, this will do the job, and it's about 150, 60 bucks, whatever they cost on eBay, right? Quality-wise, clarity, I mean, they're pretty clear. You can see through them. The little printing here, which is really hard to see, has the Stanley numbers, the DOT numbers, the SAE numbers, all that good stuff. Not really necessary. I mean, you might get a ticket, but you can see they basically tried to mimic what's on the factory lens. The printing's not great, but you can see like RR1095 right there. It's kind of hard to see in the camera, but it's there, does the job. Now look at the ABC lenses, right? These are much closer to the factory style. It's a much better representation of what it should be, right? I do have some issues with these lenses, though. Quality of the product is still not great, in my opinion. You can see there's like some bubbles inside the lens. Now, this thing could be polished up, but there's tons of swirl marks. There's more bubbles here in the clear lens. Now these run me about $600. $600 versus about $150. And I don't see much of a difference in the quality, right? I do think these are a little bit better overall. And I said this could be polished up. They're not real shiny, not super clear. And that goes for both. This one, you see it's a little bit foggy, a little hazy. You could definitely see that Stanley number, the RR 1095. It's much clearer on this. Again, I think overall these are better. But then there is the question of a $600 price point. How much better are they really? You can see there's a huge bubble there. I don't know. As of right now, I'm not really impressed. Now, I will contact the owner of the company, the manufacturer, and see if this is normal quality control. Maybe they don't have a real quality control system. I don't know if it's a tiny company, a one-man show, or if it's a few people, but let's talk about fitment. So because it is a better design, a more accurate representation, you can see the little clips. It should go in and clip in there. I think these potentially, are better. I just don't know if it's better at the price point. If you even look here, the curvature of the lens almost follows the OEM, but it lacks here in the corner. This is going to have to get pushed in and snapped in. It's still not 100% fitment. I'd give it a B plus or A minus. Let's look at the OEM lens. The curvature. Hold on. I'm using my cell phone to shoot this video. It's real high quality. You can see these little tabs are definitely much better quality on an OEM production lens. But you can see this corner, the curvature does fit much better. This almost kind of snaps in place as it should. Come back to the ABC clear. It doesn't have a snap-in feel. You can see there's a little gap here. Curvature is not exactly the same here. They're okay. I think at the price point though, it definitely falls a little bit short. If you're telling me these are $150 and these are $600, I'd say if you're confident in making a good seal, eBay lenses are not a bad option. They really aren't. A lot of you guys in the group are real sticklers when it comes to, you guys hate aftermarket parts, and a lot of that does have to do with quality. Guys have ragged on the eBay ones a lot, but they better not be praising these as this is the new gold standard. This is far from it. This is not what I would say is OEM quality or a very high quality part, unfortunately. If these were priced $250, yeah, probably a much better buy than $150 over there. And it's not just this one. I'll show you guys over here. Similar. Use two hands. See, it doesn't really line up great. Like it's fitting in nice over here, and over here it's rubbing. Again, the curvature of the lens, you have a pretty nice gap all the way there, and then you see it comes out over here. I try to push it into place, and then it pops this end out. So it doesn't, the mold or however these were really made, I can't give it a grade A. I say if you gave this overall quality, accuracy, like, just look at this all being chipped and cracked. The lens here, I mean, this is very poor. Very poor quality. Just looks dirty, used. Like, I don't understand. I know only a couple of you guys on the Facebook group and probably the forums and whatnot may even have these yet. This product, I mean, I bought it probably almost immediately. I think it falls short, very, 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 very short. You know, for a car that has a lot of parts that are becoming hard to find, if you have a cracked OEM lens and you don't want to replace with OEM and you want to go aftermarket, plus you want to modernize the car a little bit, and you want to go with the clears, I mean, yeah, it'll work. It'll do the job. I think we still need better options. Again, I'm not trying to bash the company, and I will reach out to them to see if maybe they'll send me a new set. Maybe they'll have some explanations for me. I just feel like it's, look at that there. Looks like a residue film. I don't know if these were test fitted, and it's like, I don't want to call it a used pair, but it almost looks used. Like these came off someone else's car. This one doesn't have as much chipping, but there's still a little chip here. I don't know. I would like to hear from other people that have bought these ABC lenses, to give the company some credit. They were packaged very well. I'll show you the packaging here. Throw this stuff to the side. This is the box they came in. There was a ton of bubble wrap. Here is the ABC custom lenses decal. Another decal. And another decal. All be clear. You know, I'm not a big guy for stickers, so those aren't going on mine. But yeah, it's this is my little share video. This is just the first review and unboxing of it. I will update everybody in the community later. I'd like to get feedback from the rest of you that have actually purchased these. Is this a fluke? Is this a one-off? Did I just get unlucky? Is this how your guys' lens were sent to you? You know? Overall, I'd probably... Look, I mean, my last vehicle that was my daily driver and that I modded was my F80 BMW M3. You know, M cars, BMW, it's a higher caliber car. It's a much higher budget. The Acura Legend owner, second-gen Legend owner in 2023. It's we'll call it a budget car of, you know, I call it a budget car because they're affordable. Even the mint condition ones with low mileage are going for $20-something thousand. You're not buying any car for $20,000. A Toyota Corolla costs about 30 grand nowadays. So it is a budget car. It's a 30-year-old car. I don't necessarily expect A1 quality aftermarket parts, but to me, this is sort of a letdown for what I'm used to. Is it truly better than the eBay lens? I don't know. My opinion, it's sort of a push. I think at the price point, now you can see here, like this line is more defined. Lettering is clearly more defined. You can see that even in the camera. And it's hard to see in the camera. I think it looks pretty clear right there, looking through the camera. This one, it's very, very hard to see. It is accurate to say the eBay lens are cheap and inexpensive. option. These are much better in a way. I'm just not thoroughly impressed. I think they could do better. I'm going to reach out and I'll see if they can do better and make good on my purchase. Love to hear back from you guys, and I'm going to cut the video here.